Hi guys, my name is Sabrina and welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with another herb inspired drawing, and as you can probably see, it's going to be basil. So for basil, I really had this clear idea in my head already what I wanted to do. I wanted to draw a darker girl with a beautiful basil dress that really stands out as well. So that's what I went for. And for this drawing, I decided to show you guys some line art as well, because I haven't shown you line art in ages. It's been so incredibly long, and instead of taking minutes and minutes with showing you like the process with the drawing and the line art, I just sped it up a little bit for you as well. But I'm so happy with how it turned out. I really like how her hair has got the curly bits at the end, and then the frilly bits at as in the baby hairs that are on top there. I really like how they turn out, and the hands didn't turn out so bad either. So all in all, it was quite a decent drawing. And I decided for this drawing, the first one, Rosemary had basil in a banner, but I wanted to switch it up. I didn't want to do the same thing for every single drawing, so I went for separate letters at the top that were behind her a little as well, so you can see the S is behind her, but you can still see what it says very clearly. And what I did is I lined everything with a 0.1 fine liner, and then on the main character, which is, there's only one character in here, let's be honest, is her, I decided to go out with a 0.8 fine liner. So I gave her an outline. And when I erased everything, this happened. Oh my goodness. I think that's maybe an artist's worst nightmare, or one of them anyway. I managed to crinkle the paper, and I hate when that happens. I thought I was being so careful with the eraser, but yeah, it happened anyway, so oh my goodness. After this though, I decided to go ahead with the drawing, and in the end it wasn't too bad, and it kind of fades away really. I kept the paper and I kept my sketchbook closed for a lot of the time to hopefully lessen the crinkle. It's still there and you can still see it, but I suppose it's a little less bad than when it first happened. So what I decided to do is I only have a very few amounts of brown colors, and I swatched a few and I tried to see if those were like a good match as well, and I went for a few of them. So I went for E39, E57 and E77. Now the 77 is only for the really dark highlights, and I kind of sometimes use them more like for the edges, but mainly I use the R or the E39 and the E57. And when I put this down on paper, it always looks so strange when I put this down on paper first, when I start with skin tone, because I had one that looked like ash, and then this one looks quite dark and out of place, but it all comes together. And that's the nice thing of working with these markers and working with drawing to begin with. The things come together. The more you color in, the more it makes sense, if that makes sense. So I did went over a few of the lines, and thank goodness for the colorless blender number 0. It just helps a little bit. It saves the drawing if it's really bad, but I really want to make sure that I didn't have any other color in the dress aside from just green. So I shaded her skin, and I used different colors for that, and after that I went on to her hair, and for her hair I used only the E57 and E77, so you can see that I'm blending those two together. And after that I am going in with 100, and that's just a black, and I shaded that in with the E77. So that all kind of worked out. I really like the effect that it's giving. You can see that it's dark hair and it's getting a nice brown glow to it, and it's really warm, and I really like how that looks. So that was really great. So what I did as well, I decided to go and shade in the area separately. So you saw me shade in the head separately, then like the chest area, and then her arms, and now with her hair as well. And I think that just works a little bit better because the marker is still a little bit wet in the paper, it's not drying yet, and these markers dry quite fast as it is, and you need them, I think, as well as possible to blend them as nice as possible. So that was my goal there. I didn't want to go in with one color and have massive blocks of that one color and then going to the second color. I decided to go in with like smaller blocks and then do that process over and over again. And I think that just worked a little bit better. I think the blending is turning out just a tiny bit nicer. Now with the skin colors, I just have to get more browns. I really do have to get more browns. And I was considering waiting with this drying until I could get more browns, but I was like, no, I'm gonna make it work. I really want to do this, and I know I can make it work, and it works. It does. I love her warm skin tone right now. And I'm really glad I didn't use the other browns for this, and that I didn't go lighter, because this is exactly what I wanted. So I'm going in with the darker shades now, and you can see me going in with the black as well, and the black on top of the brown makes it look really, really nice. It doesn't look too black. It kind of goes to a really, really dark brown because there is the brown underneath there as well, and I think that helps. I think that's a plus of going in with a base layer of the one color first and then working from light all the way to dark. And I'm really happy I did that. That was like a good move. I've done from dark to light as well, and I think that's got its benefits too. It might be a bit harder to blend. I'm not too practiced in going from the dark to light bit. I always go from light to dark, and it's probably something I saw someone do and adopted myself, and that's what I do now. So yeah, sorry guys, like you're stuck with that method from me, but maybe I'll try out a different way. If you do it a different way, let me know down below in the comments, because I'm curious to know. And what happened as well is, I don't know if you can see it, I see it, but I set up my camera, and an hour in I was like, sugar, I just pressed stop, but the screen is out of focus. So yeah, I've been shooting the first part of the video completely out of focus, and I had to post edit this to make it look decent. So I'm sorry guys if that part of the video is not up to the quality that it usually is. I know I'm trying to improve things, but that was just a mishap on my part. I think what happened is I set up my camera, pressed focus, and then I was like, no, I wanted like zoomed in more, and my camera doesn't have a zoom, so you have to move the actual camera down. So that's what I did, and I probably forgot to hit the focus button again, because my camera has two focus options right now. It's got AFC and AFS, and I don't know what exactly they stand for, but AFC lets the camera focus on its own. So if it decides my hand is the main point, it will focus on my hand, and if the paper's main point, it will focus on the paper. So you can see it swap between the two if the camera decides that is the right thing to do. But AFS lets you focus in on a fixed point, and that is what I used for my videos. I set everything up, and then I make sure the focus is fixed on the paper before I start. And I think what I just explained, it just went wrong. I don't know how, but yeah, I'm sorry guys. I know it will, I realized this in the middle of filming and I fixed it, but I had to edit the first bit there, so sorry. I hope it's not too noticeable. But I suppose these things happen as well. So I went on to the dress, and I love how this looks against her skin color. It's so beautiful. I love the greens that I picked, and what I did is just I used three colors. I used a lighter one in the middle of obviously a light middle and darker one, and I blend them all together. I always start again with the lightest color, and then with the darkest color I give some deep shades to the areas where I feel like there is the least amount of light hitting that part, and it makes this drawing come, I don't want to say to life, but I really like it. I'm just so pleased with the outcome and how she looks, and I'm so happy I went for this look as well. I didn't really go in for a background because I wasn't quite sure what to do for a background, and I think it just felt a bit better just to draw her without the background itself. I suppose the word basil is the background in this scenario, but sure, I liked it this way and decided it was best. So anyway, in next week's drawing I will have a background. And just a little spoiler for next week as well, if you guys are interested in what I'm going to do next week I'm going to have a video about mint, and I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not going to say what it is yet. If you're curious, there's a preview on my Instagram, so see the description box below and check that out. I'll leave you watch the coloring for a minute and I'll come back to you. So this is it, guys. This is my drawing, and that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It feels like this drawing has gone so fast while drawing it, and I really liked it. And you can see me afterwards going in with like a darker color. It's the E07. I wanted to give her some blush, and I couldn't use the usual blush against her skin tone as I usually do because it would just fade away. It would just not, it would just pull the color out of it instead of adding to it. And I'm shading in the background letters as well. I wanted to have like a gradient for every single letter. So that's what I did here. I really enjoyed that part. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below if you haven't already. To all my new subscribers, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video too. And thanks for subscribing. Honestly, I really do appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy all my future videos. That's great. So thank you. That was it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.